Right guys, time for another RLR beer shot. For this one we're going to go to Portobello near Edinburgh in Scotland, another beer from the wonderful Vault City Brewing. This one is the Violets, a 6.2% candy sour from their Sweet Shop Sours range. A really interesting beer based on the Parma Violet sweets, which my grandparents used to give me when I was a wee boy. I loved these things. So the beer pours this kind of dark ambery sort of colour. It's got tea berries and honey berries in it, so the colour really kind of comes from that, and it had a lovely kind of straight white head in this one. I was surprised that the head was so white. Aroma wise, the beer, it's very straightforward. It really does smell like Parma Violets, and if you imagine a kind of sherbet type aroma, but then make it more like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, Skittles even, it's kind of like that. That's the sort of aroma that you're getting out of this one. But of course you get bready notes, you get a bit of the yeast, you get a wee bit of vanilla and things like that, and a wee bit of like Werther's Original Butter Candy butterscotch and fruits and stuff. It's very, very much like that in terms of the aroma. Flavour wise, backbone of the beer, fresh white bready bread crust, little bit of wood, little bit of cracker on top as you often get, a very slight wholemeal brown bready layer to this one. Then you've got fluffy white bread in there, a more dense wheaty note, some oaty character sitting above that, and on top of the oats you get the real Skittles sherbety sort of thing coming out of this one, which is the Parma Violets flavour. So they've probably used Parma Violets in the fermentation here because the flavour is just exactly like that. But in the dead centre of your palate you get a little bit of like Werther's Original Butter Candy butterscotch, and there's a wee hint of vanilla comes out of this beer into the aftertaste too. In the back third of your palate you get the yeasty side of the beer. It's a wee bit kind of like sweet and brown bready at its core, surrounded by a white bread, and you do get a wee bit of the bread crusty note, but it kind of feels like it's very candied, and you get a lot of that Skittlesy type flavour coming out into the aftertaste. This beer does have hops in it, so you've got a little bit of like earthiness in there, a wee bit of woodiness, and as you come further forward, very slight floral notes and some grassy notes around the front curve of the tongue. The fruity side of the beer on the front third of your palate, you've got that Skittle flavour just kind of underpinning everything. But yeah, you've got wee hints of like raspberry, blueberry, candied strawberry, all of these sorts of things coming out of this one, which is again very akin to the Parma Violet sweet itself. Mouthfeel wise, it's kind of bottom end of mid-bodied, carbonation is very smooth, you get the lovely clean Scottish water in this one. The IBUs will be very, very low in this. Of course you're maybe talking about 5 IBUs at the absolute most, but the malt base a bit drier underneath, smoother in the middle, sweeter on top, and then yeah, you've got that lovely little bit of juicy fruity character coming out of it as well. But all in all, very interesting beer this one, and a real nostalgia hit for me. So yeah, this was the Violets, a 6.5% candy sour from the Sweet Shop Sours range at Vault City Brewing in Portobello, just outside of Edinburgh. Slange just now.